This 13-year-old boy was pinned to his bed by heavily armed British police at dawn. Police had to summon Jamie's father to help him change his trousers before taking him to the police station for questioning. To Jamie's parents, their timid son, who would himself in fright could commit murder, was simply inconceivable. They kept insisting Jamie was just a child, and there must be some mistake. Could there possibly be a mistake? Determining the truth is the police's duty. Regardless, Jamie remains a prime suspect. Police dragged Jamie from his home amid his parents' pleas and took him to the car. During the ride, Jamie pressed against the window, crying as he watched his parents recede. "I know this is difficult. You need to compose yourself." Okay, he's calming himself down now. Inside the station, Jamie finally steadied himself and immediately denied the crime. "I didn't do it. That's got nothing to do with me." "Jamie, just try to answer my questions, please." Jamie's parents remained in shock, but were required at the station. Police withheld case details initially, delivering only procedural notifications. Jamie requests you serve as his appropriate adult. An appropriate adult accompanies minors during interrogations, blood tests, and investigations. Jamie's mother protested first. She'd been his primary caregiver. So why would he choose his father for this critical role? The police gave minimal explanation, and Jamie's mother muttered some complaints. Yet she had no choice but to accept the outcome. Finally, Sergeant Hay couldn't resist adding one last instruction. "If your son has admitted to you anything regarding this case, or any of the events leading up to this case, of course I believe you." Next, they were scheduled to meet with their solicitor, who conducted a compliance review of police procedure. While extracting some case details, the victim died at the scene with multiple stab wounds, a brutal death demonstrating the assailant's viciousness. Jamie remained the prime suspect, required to remove his trousers for examination, unbearable for Jamie's father. "Scene, and you're two grown men. Look at this, gentlemen. I wasn't accused of the crime. And if I could just ask you to lift up your penis, I need to make sure that there's no defensive wounds on your scrotum." The father's face twisted in confusion, humiliation, rage, and helplessness. Each emotion tormented him. Before interrogation, Jamie's solicitor advised, "Say no comment. All right? That's all. Just no comment." Leading the homicide investigation was Sergeant Hay. Jamie, an academically strong student. Hay first inquired about Jamie's friends. Jamie confirmed having some, but when pressed for names, Jamie repeated no comment. Hay shifted questioning to Jamie's romantic life, specifically sexual relationships. He has retweeted photos of several beautiful models on his ends. Jamie admits he likes this type, but "I definitely didn't have a relationship with them. After all, they were too old." With this issue as a breakthrough, confronted with the group photo he posted on ends, Jamie's subsequent responses flowed much more smoothly. He admitted that the two boys in the photo, Tommy and Ryan, were his friends. The three of them often hang out together, and they're also classmates. "Were you hanging out with them last night? What time? Did you get home?" The big black pressed him about what time he returned home. Jamie maintained his stance, no comment. Seeing his evasiveness, the big black produced the physical evidence they'd found, a pair of sneakers belonging to Jamie. Jamie refused to acknowledge they were his sneakers. The female officer then produced a photo of a girl. The girl in the photo was Katie, the murder victim. She attended school with Jamie. Though not in the same class, they shared some lessons. The officer tried to get Jamie to discuss his friendship with Katie, but Jamie repeated, no comment. Jamie conceded they were merely acquaintances. They spoke at school, but had no contact outside. Their relationship never went beyond friendship. And was it a relationship that ever went beyond friendship? The officer's questioning grew, more pointed, directly pressing Jamie about sexual contact with Katie. His father interjected, attempting to protect him by citing his minor status. But this was standard interrogation procedure. Jamie could only deny having had sexual relations with Katie. Big Black then pressed him about whether he went to see Katie last night. Jamie immediately denied the accusation. "You didn't kill her. You got me confused with someone else." But when Big Black produced the crime scene photo of Katie and stated, when she was stabbed 7 times, Jamie couldn't bear it and lowered his head. Recognizing the deteriorating situation, the lawyer moved to interrupt the interrogation and requested a recess. But Jamie's father insisted his son was innocent, urging, "Continue the questioning, it's fine." Seizing the opportunity, Big Black promptly produced the surveillance footage. This is last night's surveillance. It shows Jamie wearing blue and white sneakers. First, he met up with 2 friends, then wandered the streets alone for an hour, before following Katie. So you were following her. I'll ask you again. Why were you following her? With Jamie remaining defiant, Big Black presented footage of his altercation with Katie. The surveillance clearly captured Jamie arguing with Katie, then chasing after her and repeatedly stabbing her. Jamie's father was horrified by the footage, while Jamie broke down sobbing. With Jamie emotionally unstable, the interrogation was halted. Police and lawyers departed, leaving only Jamie and his father. Jamie explained through tears, but this explanation was clearly too feeble. Finding Jamie uncooperative, Big Black shifted focus to Jamie's school, where his two friends had been anxiously discussing the incident since morning. Game at my place later? Yeah. Basketball? My court. Hey. Yeah. Simultaneously, Adam, son of Dalao, also attends his school. Adam had texted his father that morning, begging not to come to class. But Dalao dismissed it, pretending he hadn't seen the message. He left the matter to his strict wife to handle. Adam was forced to attend school by his mother. His parents assumed he was just refusing school. In reality, that was far from the case. Adam had just received Dalao's call in the cafeteria, learning his father might visit his class, when several classmates shoved their trash onto his tray. Adam routinely picked up his tray. Within steps, a boy blocked him, demanding money. A passing teacher was the only one to intervene briefly, while everyone else acted as if bullying was clearly rampant at this school. Adam wasn't being bullied for the first time, yet Dalao remained unaware. Upon arriving, he was received by nervously deferential staff. His first interview was with Katie's best friend, Xiao Heimei. Xiao Heimei bristled at his questions. To her, it was obvious. Police had Jamie's murder video. So why not just arrest him? Why investigate Katie? Why question who she was? What was her connection to Jamie? Were they trying to blame Katie for her own death? Dalao tried explaining calmly, but Xiao Heimei wouldn't listen. She even took it out on him by attacking Adam, right? Yeah. No, he's off. If you didn't know, he didn't get your scraps today. Can I go now, miss? Lowry's school? Be polite? Well, I'm really feeling impolite today. Detective Albiskin could only watch as the young girl left. He then proceeded to Jamie's classroom, where he met their homeroom teacher, Mr. Malik. He identified himself to the students and requested they contact him with any information. After leaving the classroom, he assessed the situation with his partner. We may have sufficient evidence. Possibly, but without the knife, we can't prove it conclusively. This leaves room for legal contention between lawyers and judges. To close this case definitively, we must find a murder weapon. Moreover, we're still missing a clear motive for the crime. We know Jamie killed Katie, but why did he do it? The young girl's reaction has deepened Detective Albaskin's suspicions. I understand her implication, but she suggested that Katie hated Jamie. Next, Detective Albiskin visited the senior class to gather information, where his own son Adam is a student. As many of you know, Detective Albiskin is also Adam's father. The student's reaction disheartened him, but he pressed on. Suddenly, before he could finish, the fire alarm sounded, evacuating all students from the building. On the playground, Albiskin questioned Jamie's homeroom teacher, who proved equally uninformed. These kids are impossible to handle. Seriously, what am I supposed to do? They'll destroy you. They'll murder us. Bystanding students snickered, none helping Ryan while some mocked. The investigation isn't progressing well, because you're not getting it. As he spoke, Adam pulled out his phone to show his father. Students were using emojis in there, seemingly ordinary social media posts. But these emojis actually carry hidden meanings. The dynamite emoji alludes to the red pill, a Matrix reference, while the blue pill means accepting the world as it's shown to you. Detective Black was baffled. Why are they using secret codes? What's the purpose of this? Making the Matrix or something? Adam hesitated to continue, so Detective Black fell silent, realizing his interruption. Adam then resumed explaining. The red pill means seeing the harsh reality. It's a rallying cry in the manosphere community. This community revolves around the 80-20 rule, which means 80% of women pursue just 20% of men. They believe attracting women requires unconventional tactics, hence the involuntary celibate label. Katie mocked Jamie as an involsel. Detective Black frowned. But Jamie's only 13. How does that term apply? Does that make sense? Whether it does or not, that's what happened. Good Show You 15 offers messages sent to Jamie, all different emojis. They're all conveying the same message. This revelation struck Detective Black. Apparently, Jamie's motive was Katie leading the insults, branding him an involuntary celibate loser. Jamie was bullied by Katie. Adam noted cautiously, though I can't be certain, since I'm not in their grade. I'm telling you this because I just don't want him running around like a headless chicken without focusing on key points. Big Hay suddenly felt like a failure. Worse still, He sensed from Adam's words and the subtle reactions of his classmates that Adam was likely in a similar situation to Jamie, categorized as an involuntary celibate on society's fringes, bullied by other students. Guiltily, he asked Adam if this was true. Adam tried to appear calm, but his flickering expression and aggrieved face betrayed his true feelings. Big Hay bid farewell to his son, his heart growing impossibly heavy. Just looks like a fucking holding pen. Every classroom uses video teaching. Teachers come and go as they please. He returned to Ryan's classroom to question him, but Ryan jumped through the window at the sight of him. This confirmed Big Hay's suspicion. This kid was hiding something. Without a word, he chased Ryan down, grabbed him, and interrogated him. Ryan cracked and confessed. "Where's my knife? I just want things the way they were." This single confession was enough. They arrested Ryan as Jamie's accomplice. The case was now essentially solved. Big Hay left work and waited at the school gate for his son, a rare gesture. He offered to walk home together. "I want to spend it with you, because I love you." For him, this case had one major benefit, finally realizing his neglect of his son. Meanwhile, Jamie's father laid flowers at Katie's death site. 7 months later, clinical psychologist at the Psychological Services Unit. Psychologist Brioni arrives at the police station to prepare a psychological assessment on Jamie. Jamie's been in detention for He recently had a violent altercation with another inmate. During their session, they start with surface-level pleasantries. But Jamie quickly drops the facade. "What's this really about?" "Cut the act, Brioni." "What?" "It feels like a setup." "Setup for what?" Brioni probes. "For what?" "Specifically about Jamie's relationship with his father." The clever teen shuts it down. "My dad treats me fine." He ends the debate with this definitive statement. Jamie momentarily concedes, then immediately demands to see his psychological assessment report. Brioni calmly declines, maintaining composure, though retained by Jamie's family. Her report serves the court's understanding of Jamie. Jamie recognizes this report could significantly impact sentencing. He knows he should present favorably, but struggles to control his defensiveness. He meets each question with hostility. Undeterred by setbacks, Brioni persists with strategic questioning. Eventually, Jamie breaks. First, answering basic questions. "My dad? Just a handyman doing tough jobs. His father was hardworking, but didn't pay much attention to him. He was short-tempered, but at least never hit him." As Brioni inquired further, Jamie began sharing more about his father. His father loved sports, though he himself didn't. Yet his father would send him to football practice. At this point, Jamie looked uncomfortable, his breathing becoming rapid. "But when I'd fuck up." He just gathered his courage for a long time, before admitting that his father would look away at his failures, pretending not to see, trying to hide the disappointment in his eyes. His father's disappointment was likely devastating to him. And at this moment, Brioni finally got some clues for her report. "Did you not think you were very good at anything else?" "I didn't care. I wasn't." Jamie believed he wasn't good at anything, and couldn't do anything well, even consoling himself that most people were like this. But what devastated Jamie most was that his accomplice Ryan could go home awaiting trial, while he had to stay in this psychiatric facility-like detention center. As he spoke, he stood up agitated. "You need to sit down, Jamie. If you don't sit down, does that mean you don't know yourself? Does that mean you don't know what you want?" He roared angrily. "Fucking want to sit? You don't tell me when to sit down." This outburst startled Brioni and brought security guards rushing in. Brioni had to pause the session and step out to compose herself. She then reviewed the surveillance footage to analyze Jamie's body language. Soon, having calmed down, she returned to the interview room. This time his focus was on whether Jamie had been in a relationship, and what kind of relationship he desired. Regarding his views on women, unlike his father, Jamie perceived his mother as incompetent. Yet he liked women and longed to form connections with them. He even boasted that 2 girls had shown him their naked bodies. "One of them touched me up through my trousers." Confronted with Brioni's all-knowing gaze after these claims, Jamie covered his face and confessed it was all lies. He'd never been touched that way. No girls had ever shown him their bare breasts. He'd merely seen nude photos of 2 classmates. Was Katie one of them? The photo was indeed Katie, which she'd sent to a classmate. But the boys circulated it. Jamie wasn't the only viewer. Brioni then asked whether he had feelings for Katie. Jamie vehemently denied it, again disparaging her figure. "Flat-chested, not my type at all." Within moments, he erupted in rage again. Blinded by anger, he advanced threateningly toward Brioni. Security intervened just in time, and Jamie instantly subdued before the older male guard. Though shaken by Jamie's volatility, Bryony's professionalism compelled her to continue. Her next question cut deeper. About those comments on Jamie's Instagram. Jamie instinctively recoiled, lashing out verbally at Bryony. Getting scared of a 14-year-old? But resistance was futile. Ultimately, he answered truthfully. These comments were all attacks and ridicule directed at him, with Katie bearing the brunt of it. Why did she do it to you? Because I'm more clean. But after the topless photo scandal, he asked Katie out. While everyone was gossiping about Katie, he comforted her. I'm sorry everyone's treating you this way. Then he asked if she wanted to go to the amusement park with him. He thought Katie would be vulnerable and accept his invitation, allowing him to take advantage of her vulnerability. But unexpectedly, Katie didn't develop feelings for him. She just smiled mockingly, saying she wasn't that desperate. Those words ignited Jamie's rage. With this information, Bryony had what she needed. She decided to end the session. Jamie, who had been aggressive moments ago, suddenly became submissive. It was as if he remembered he needed to win Bryony's favor. He asked her to write positively about him. Do you like me? When Bryony avoided answering whether she liked him, Jamie immediately flew into a rage again. Guards had to half-drag, half-carry him out. After Jamie was removed, Bryony's suppressed emotions surfaced. Her face showed unease and lingering fear. Jamie is a tragic child who embodies numerous social and family issues. His father's absence and irritability, focusing only on success, taught him nothing but anger and low self-esteem. He failed to develop healthy self-esteem and confidence through parental support. Simultaneously bullied at school, he grew increasingly sensitive and volatile. Yet none of this justifies killing Katie. Clearly, he craves female affection, not just from Katie, but from psychotherapist Bryony as well. He craves recognition, praise, and when denied, he resorts to violence and shouting to intimidate others. Simultaneously, he holds deep contempt for women, viewing them as inferior beings who must obey him. Bryony couldn't escape his influence, feeling like she was walking on thin ice every moment, under constant threat to her safety. But fortunately, she now knew how to structure her report. On Jamie's father's birthday, the family was enjoying a pleasant gathering when their eldest daughter burst in, panic-stricken. Shit, Dad. Dad, have you seen the van? The van outside. Have you seen the van? No. As Jamie's father stepped outside, he found their van vandalized with pedo graffiti. Neighbors pointed and whispered from afar, fueling his rage. He barked orders at his wife. Call the police. After calling, his wife saw it as a temporary. We should move, she insisted. Because I promise you, it won't be 10 times. Fucking worse, you know. Jamie's father stubbornly insisted they'd done nothing wrong. We won't slink away in shame. But scrubbing the van with a rag under neighbors' stares only fueled his frustration. Then came the final insult. 2 boys riding past, taunting him. All right, none. Hey, hey, hey. All right, none. Fuming from the taunts, Jamie's father abandoned the cleanup. He took the family to buy paint to cover the graffiti. In the car, he comforted his daughter. After the hardware store, we'll catch a movie and grab dinner. After all, it's his birthday today. The family discusses these plans. The atmosphere gradually grows warmer again. Jamie's mother even begins reminiscing about her first meeting. He wore this ridiculous pig wig, and everyone laughed at him, but your father never cared about it. The mother also asked her daughter to find the song they danced to when they first met, with the music echoing through the cockpit. The family grows more joyous. From the parents' recollection, they too met at a dance when they were 13, the same age as Jamie is now. The difference is, the father attracted the mother. At that dance, no one danced at first. Everyone felt awkward, and the teacher grew anxious. Then, only Jamie's father bravely stepped forward, starting to dance in the center of the floor. Though his dancing wasn't great, he at least made everyone laugh, warming up the atmosphere and catching Jamie's mother's attention. They danced together, and Jamie's father took the initiative to walk her home after the dance. That's what happened. It's clear that Jamie's father was braver than Jamie, and more outgoing. He attracted girls by shining himself, not by taking advantage, or raging when rejected. This warmth and happiness is abruptly shattered when Jamie's father enters a hardware store and is recognized by a young, marginal-looking clerk. Shattered. You should switch out. You know I've seen photos of you on Facebook, he keeps telling Jamie's father. Well, I'm on your side. You know, he even thinks Jamie didn't kill Katie at all. The reason is absurdly laughable. What? Though Katie had stab wounds, they only penetrated bone deep, not fatal injuries. Besides, he'd seen Katie's nudes, so he figured she wasn't decent anyway. Jamie's father couldn't bear to hear more. He cut off the boy mid-sentence, demanding pain immediately. Enough. This old-school straight man couldn't comprehend this Jen's absurd online behavior or incel culture. The kid's vile insinuations left him speechless. This encounter plunged Jamie's father into deeper despair. Worse still, as he exited the hardware store, those two bike-riding teens reappeared nearby. Clearly, they'd been tailing him. How does it feel to be stalked and leered at? When Katie was stalked by Jamie, she must have felt this same suffocating dread. He lunged instinctively, grabbing one teen's collar and snarling. Then he violently hurled paint on his own car. His bewildered wife and daughter recoiled in terror. Stony silence froze the air inside the vehicle. Then Jamie called. His father feigned calm until Jamie dropped a bombshell. Now I'm going to change my play. This revelation shattered all pretense. No more denial. Jamie had finally spoken truth. I'm changing my plea after birthday, he declared, before hanging up. How could Jamie's father muster any joy now? Yet for his family's sake, he changed into cinema attire at home. Jamie's mother urgently tried to stop him. Let's head to the pitches. Jamie's mother doesn't believe it's a good time to pretend everything's fine. She sits down to talk with Jamie's father, helping him accept this reality. In fact, Jamie's father initially couldn't believe his son was capable of murder. Until he saw the surveillance footage, everything was clearly captured. He couldn't help but believe it. But how could he accept that his son had become a murderer? In contrast, Jamie's mother handled the situation better. In fact, she took care of Jamie more, so regarding this matter, she had more insights into it. A child's downfall doesn't happen overnight. Initially, Jamie simply stopped talking to his family. Upon coming home, he would go upstairs and lock his door. He played on the computer until midnight. The more Jamie's mother dwelled on it, the more she blamed herself. Perhaps if they had intervened at that time, the outcome might have been different. Jamie's father felt utterly powerless. How could he handle such a thing? Nowadays, the internet is flooded with pornography. It's impossible to guard against. In Jamie's mother's view, it's just shifting blame. If they truly wanted to intervene, how couldn't they? Jamie's personality is exactly like his father's. Both are easily angered and emotionally unstable. Jamie's father also began to question his life choices. Is it really their fault? But he never hit Jamie, not once, because he was frequently abused by his father in his childhood. So he vowed never to hit a child. Is it wrong to do this? He purchased it. He also tried to take Jamie to learn football and boxing. But Jamie wasn't good at any of them. When Jamie was mocked by other parents, Jamie's father now regrets that. He didn't have the courage to look at his child at the time. If you think about it, Jamie was never into sports. He preferred drawing. As a father, he ignored Jamie's interests and failed to provide enough encouragement and companionship. Overwhelmed with work, he neglected parenting. Jamie became increasingly withdrawn and stopped drawing, spending all his time on the computer at home. None of us took it seriously. We thought he was safe, didn't we? We thought he was safe. What harm could he possibly do in there? Jamie's mother held her husband, comforting him. This was beyond anything they could have predicted. But now, Jamie chose his father as his appropriate adult. He probably knew his father was easily deceived and quick-tempered. By repeatedly denying he committed murder, he knew his father would jump to his defense. You did them better? No. Their daughter's sudden arrival interrupted the grieving parents. Unlike her parents, she appeared remarkably. When asked about bullying at school, she admitted, I do experience some bullying, but moving won't solve anything. You can't run from problems. Moving might bring temporary relief, but when this resurfaces, we face the same situation again. We can't keep relocating. Besides, Jamie is family. We must bear some responsibility for his actions. Her words calmed her parents. How do we raise you? The same way. We raised him. Thank goodness we have another child. But turning around, Jamie's father still couldn't help but retreat to Jamie's room, where he broke down in tears. It would take him a long time to accept the trauma Jamie inflicted on the family.